Hello, this is Dr. Aureen Wagner. Welcome to my Anxiety and OCD Quick Guide. Too much anxiety. What's your feeling temperature? People might often wonder, how much anxiety do I have? Is it the right amount or is it too much? Parents and school professionals might wonder that about a child or a teen. The feeling thermometer shown here is a very important tool in cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, which is a very effective treatment for anxiety, that helps kids, teens, and adults understand how severe or intense their anxiety is, and to be able to tell whether it's normal and appropriate to the situation or too much. So here's an example. Let's take test anxiety again. If Maria has a test and she says, my feeling temperature is an 8 about it, I would ask her, so Maria, do you think that that's the right amount, or do you think you're a little too worried about that test? And she says, yeah, maybe a little too much. And if she's not sure, I might say, well, if you're not sure, what about your friends? How worried do they seem to be? And that gives Maria an idea that she can compare herself with others to determine if her anxiety is too much. And that helps me teach Maria how to size up whether her feeling temperature and anxiety is too much, and then to determine what might be an appropriate amount. Maria, how anxious do you think you need to be about this test? And she might say, well, maybe a 2 or a 3. And so that helps her then again gauge that she's worrying too much, and that becomes the starting point for learning to figure out why she's worrying so much and how to bring herself back down to a 2 or a 3. So this is a very useful tool and very critical tool in the treatment, and it's used with children, teens, and adults in cognitive behavioral therapy. When you have too much anxiety, it's as if your feeling temperature is too high. And I say to kids and adults, it's as if you're very sensitive, super sensitive to things going on around you, and you sense danger and threat more readily. For young kids, I might say it's kind of like a doorbell that gets stuck and keeps ringing. It's a worry bell in your brain that gets jammed and you can't unstick it. For really young kids, I tell them it's kind of like your mind is playing worry tricks on you. And for middle schoolers, high schoolers, and adults, the analogy of false alarms can be helpful. Too much anxiety is like a false alarm. It's as if, the fire alarm goes off, but there isn't any fire. And so when you know it's a false alarm, then you know there's no danger. And that's what you're going to learn to figure out as you work through your anxiety in treatment. Thank you for listening to this Anxiety and OCD Quick Guide. For more quick guides and information, please visit my website, anxietywellness.com.